to welcome you today to the Lone Star College TRAC Center Unplugged series, where we are interviewing Dr. J.R. Rao, who is with the Cullen College of Engineering. And I will let my colleague introduce himself. My name is Matthew Sanford. I'm Director of Advising and Counseling. Juan?
And hello, I'm Dr. Juan LeBron, counselor and supervisor of the TRAC Center at Lone Star College-Montgomery. I'm very excited to meet with our Associate Dean of the College of Engineering at University of Houston. And if you can share a little bit about yourself, Dr. Rao, as we launch into our session.
Yes, thank you very much. Again, thank you for inviting me. I'm J.R. Rao. I'm the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs and also for Distance Learning. So in my role as Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs, I think would be most relevant to what we're going to be discussing today. I'm also the Associate Chair of Mechanical Engineering. So I'm a faculty member in Mechanical Engineering. I got my PhD from University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, years ago, and then came here as a young, newly minted PhD faculty member, and have enjoyed very much my stay and career here at U of H and the Cullen College of Engineering, and have seen remarkable things happen here, particularly in the last 15 years.
Good deal. All right, well, let's get started with some questions for you so you can give our students some good information and our community members. For someone who may be undecided, Dr. Rao, what would be your top selling points for U of H engineering?
Yes, I would say three things, and three very specific things that help us really attract very, very good students, and we are very, very proud of our incoming cohort every fall. So the first thing is when a student applies to the Cullen College of Engineering, and we have 8 bachelor's degrees that they can apply for, and soon there will be 3 more, so going to 11. So students get admitted to their major right off the bat. So when they come here for orientation, leading up to the coming here in the fall semester, or actually in the spring semester, the transfer student, they have already their major in their pocket. Many schools these days don't do this. They will admit students and say you are admitted into the general engineering pool, and you have to earn your major at the end of the first year after doing courses, getting the right grades, and then do that. Purdue, A&M, many schools do this way. But our students, we don't have that anxiety. If they wanted to be chemical engineer or mechanical engineer, if they meet our admission requirements right off the bat, they have the major. Second big winning point for us is that we have across the board a common first year experience. So when we have 17 and 18-year-olds coming in and they ask for electrical engineering because mom and dad told them or uncle told them, they are not locked into that. We have a common first year experience. We are very, very proud of that because we know these students in the first year are going to be taking courses where they're doing amazing project work with people with different other engineering students with different interests, and they may change their mind. And because we have a common first year experience, they can change their mind all the way till the end of the first academic year and seamlessly switch from electrical to mechanical or mechanical to biomedical. And they will not miss a beat. They have not taken any unneeded courses. They're not falling behind. And that to us is a big winning advantage in the Cullen College of Engineering. And the third is what I always tell prospective students and parents is really a blessing of geography of where we are located. This is geography of Houston and Texas and the vibrant industry here. Our students upon graduation do very well. And in fact, that is the reason why we have had extraordinary growth. My own major, mechanical engineering, has doubled in size in the last 5 years. So our students do very well, and we are very proud of that. But not only do well upon graduation, but while they're a student here, Houston and this part of Texas offers such great opportunities to do internships, particularly in the summer, and co-op opportunities. These are unique. I could not be saying what I just said if I was talking to my alma mater at University of Michigan Ann Arbor or at other places like Penn State. Our students get trained to use our career center. They look forward to, in the summer when you come here, our students are all out there doing internship. and industries. And these are great uh, uh, career and skill builders. So when our students graduate, they have internships done, and our employers routinely tell us that we get knowledge ready students from everywhere. But additionally, Cullen College of Engineering students are even life ready because they've had all these experiences. So these are our three big pluses.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. So that being said, being that your department is one of the most competitive areas within your institution, what words of wisdom would you share with prospective applicants? What are those important skill sets that you're looking for in applicants, and what words of wisdom would you tell those students that are perhaps in the 9th grade year, 10th grade year, 11th grade year, trying to formulate a plan as to what area of engineering to get into?
Yes, very good question, and I have a very pointed and sharp answer to that. And it is simple. And this answer we have revisited and refined over the years, and the answer hasn't changed. When I see a prospective student, a 9th grader or a 10th grader, or somebody who could be a junior or a senior and is thinking about engineering but not sure if should go engineering or business, I I tell them the best predictor of your success, uh, that you will get into engineering, you will enjoy engineering, and you will graduate in a timely way and have a great start to your career, is I want to know how much you like calculus and how you did in pre-cal and cal. And we love to see students who are on the day one here on our campus, starting their freshman year in September, August or September, and they are Calculus 1 ready. This is for us the ideal situation. And if a student is getting A's and B's in pre-cal and cal classes, I can pretty much assure you, guarantee you that they will both like engineering and they will succeed in it. And the reason for that is immediately after they do calculus with us, Cal 1, then they go to Cal 2, then they go to Cal 3 here after they come to us. After Cal 1, they are in University Physics 1. That's a key indicator. But we know that to do well in physics, Calculus 1 is a prerequisite, and that is to us a very simple and straightforward indicator. So if you enjoy math, and if you're on a path to do pre-cal and cal, and your calculus ready with us on day one, you're golden.
And let me ask you this, Dr. Rao, what would you say are the most competitive programs in your engineering school?
Yes. So again, this is another facet and characteristic for us, which is the following. When I said that students, both freshman students straight out of high school and transfer students, when they come to us, they get awarded their major before they step a foot on campus, which is absolutely great. It relieves all anxiety and pressure from students and families. A second part of my answer, I will complete it now, which is that we have the same requirements for each one of our majors. So it's not like, so I'll tell you, mechanical is our most populous major, easily. My major is the most sought after, and then the next would be electrical and chemical. But as I said, we have 8 majors. The requirements are the same, and both for transfer students and for them. So this is again done by design, because we know students would change their mind perhaps after they learn about what different majors are. So to answer your question, the yes, all programs are equally competitive to get into, but obviously some are more popular than the others. And popularity right now, I would easily make, and this is nationwide. My alma mater, at A&M, at UT, everywhere, mechanical is easily the most populous majors in most engineering schools, and then chemical, electrical, the classical majors are right below that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rao. My next question is, what unique recruiting measures are there within your department as it relates to that are being implemented as it relates to recruitment of minority students or unique student populations? I know that there are a lot of efforts globally to attract women into the field of engineering and minorities into the field of engineering. What unique measures are in place within your department to achieve those goals?
Very good. In fact, not only during recruitment, but once they are here in their early years, we have special programs. So let me discuss that. Um, every summer, uh, what we do is, and this is um, we run several camps, and some of them are exclusively for girls, and some of them are actually for middle schoolers. So these are early. We want to get them excited, see our women faculty members here, see them as role models, and get them interested in engineering in general, and hopefully UFH. So we do a fair number of summer camps, and I can send you information on that from our website. Um, what we also do starting in the fall are series of open house type events. These are of course open to everybody, but because of where we are situated here, we reach out specifically to the local school districts and all that, and we attract a fair number of underrepresented and minority students. Then what we do is students start applying for a given fall the previous fall, right? So typically October, November, even earlier, they apply. So by the time January and February comes around, we have a whole bunch of students already admitted. So February through April, we conduct Saturday events. In pre-COVID times, they were on campus, half-a-day events, and we would all come here on campus. And these are for admitted students who are thinking about coming to us in the fall, but who also have offers from other schools. And we invite them here. They meet our faculty, meet our student groups, and have lab tours and department tours. So these are half-a-day events. These are very popular events. Students, admitted students come with their family, and they actually meet faculty. But more interesting, they're meeting seniors who are about to graduate, and they are the tour conductors, and they get to ask them, hey, you are about to graduate as a chemical engineer in 3 months. What you got lined up for you? You are about to graduate as an ME. Tell me what internship you had and what you're going to be doing once you graduate in May. So that interactions are very very popular, and we put together very very carefully. Only this year we are doing that virtually, but we hope to get back to doing this on campus, face to face soon. Now, the other thing I would mention, and we are very proud of this, is that we have an organization right here in the college run by the dean's office called Promise Program. PROMES program for skills for mastery of engineering studies. And this is specially meant to give additional workshops and additional tutoring and peer mentoring for students who seek them out. And we have found that this is very very helpful for first time in college students, who who love to interact with peer mentors. And so the Promise program is open to all students who are in the college, and it's one of our very very successful programs.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Dr. Rao, what do you think it is that a community college student can do to help him or her in the application process become more competitive? Because I know a lot of, with engineering being a competitive program and U of H itself being a competitive university, we have a lot of students that are trying to figure out how to best prepare for that transfer application. Do you have any words of thought?
Yeah. So with we have articulation agreements with a few of our favorite partners, and Lone Star is absolutely uh, 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 you know our pipeline of students coming in from Lone Star is one of the highlights actually of every year. We get about 80 students transferring from Lone Star to us every year, and Lone Star does a great job preparing them. So my advice is twofold. Your advisors at Lone Star know about this articulation agreement, so they know what courses you should take and in what order, so that you're seamlessly transitioning to us. And two, grades are important, and particularly and not just the intro to engineering and the computing for engineers, the engineering classes, but we really drill down. We Most of the students coming, transfer students, obviously would have done a bunch of Cal 1. They would be Cal 1, Cal 2, most likely. Chemistry is done. They would likely have done university physics 1 and 2. We really like to see good, consistent academic performance in those classes. And if you have done very well, then you in those articulation agreement early classes, we know that you are very well prepared, and you will seamlessly transition and do very well. Uh, I Sometimes, occasionally, we will see students, maybe they stubbed their toe in Cal 1, they retook it. Then we will look at, okay, what happened in Cal 2 and Cal 3, and we are able, if they corrected whatever they need to be correcting, and got very good subsequent grades, we look at that as well, and we are very supportive of that.
I like your reference there in relation to stubbing your toe, because I think that's a human type of experience that everybody goes through. And so it's really a good reference point that you make in relation to just having a little bit of a bump in the road, along your path. So thank you.
Thanks. And Dr. Rao, my next question is centered on professionally. As a professional engineer, you have seen the field of engineering continuously change over the years, right? Yes. So that being said, with the advancements of what's happening with artificial intelligence and data science and all the elements that we continue to see on a day-to-day basis, what's trending in the field of engineering, right? What are those major trends that our students need to be aware of? Yes. And my second part to the question is, are there unique programs within your departments that a lot of students may not know much about that are yielding high return in relation to availability of options in the field?
A very good question, and the answer needs to be internalized by every prospective student who is considering engineering. We, as a profession, we are blessed in the sense that society, it seems, always has a bunch of problems needing solving, which engineers can do. So it seems like we are always in demand. But answering more specifically, here is my tip to all prospective students who are listening, who will listen to this, is do a Google search for NAE Grand Challenges, that is National Academy of Engineers Grand Challenges. The National Academy has put together, this was in early 2000s, a set of grand challenges. These are the open problems that are facing us in the 21st century. These are all problems waiting for solutions. As you said, artificial intelligence, drug discovery, mapping the brain, cybersecurity, these are all the challenges. These are all driving our curriculum, how we prepare students, because we know that our students, when they come out with a bachelor's degree, they're looking at 4 decades, 40 years of professional career and growth. And these are the problems they'll be working on. And in fact, we go one step further in our college. This is such an important thing, the NAE Grand Challenges, that in our first course, which is called Intro to Engineering, that all our incoming students take in their first semester here, they spend the last 2 months of that semester working on one of the Grand Challenges projects. Typically, a team of 4 students will spend 2 months working with their instructor, saying, hey, let me understand this grand challenge. Nuclear fusion energy. What is the current state of the art? And what are the open challenges? And how close are we to addressing some of the challenges? So the NAE Grand Challenges is like a roadmap hey, if you are going to be a engineer graduate in the 21st century, you're likely going to be doing something. You're going to be making your name and fame, solving some of these open problems.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Dr. Rao. And also, are there any unique programs within your department that a lot of people don't know about, right? So like everyone seems to mention mechanical engineering and petroleum engineering and electrical and industrial, biomedical. Are there any other unique programs within your department that perhaps don't get all the attention and the spotlight, but that they yield some really high returns?
Yes. So, again, a very specific answer to this question. Um, and let me give you a two-part answer. When students ask what is the best way to approach their first engineering degree, the 4-year curriculum, then I always tell them, and this is a very heartfelt advice that I give all the time, including to my two kids, is that your first degree should be best done in one of these classical fields, disciplines, and I'll list mechanical, electrical, civil, industrial, and so on, because those are foundational disciplines, and they set your foundation. And in those classical engineering disciplines, you will learn knowledge which will never expire. In our mechanical engineering, you learn about the laws of physics, the Newton's laws of motion, the laws of thermodynamics. This knowledge will never expire. If you know how to use them, then you will always be current, no matter what society will throw at you 15 years from now. Having said that, we also respond and give opportunities to our students, and that happens through the mechanism of minor. So we have a whole bunch of minors that students can select, sign up for, and complete. A typical minor will be to do an extra anywhere between 9 and 15 extra credit hours. So, but 3 courses, 4 courses, or 5 courses. Some of our most popular minors are energy and sustainability. We have a new minor in place, which is entrepreneurship. What does it mean to be an engineer and an entrepreneur uh, in this day and age? We have other minors on global climate change. So students can, while pursuing a classical degree, BS in mechanical, BS in chemical, or BS in electrical engineering, can enhance both their education and their credentials by getting these minors and be exposed to new excitement that is happening on the edges of engineering advancement.
Thank you.
Wow. So students can really specialize their program based upon their interest or their program
That is
path.
correct.
That's great.
That's correct.
And I had to write some notes about the grand challenges. That's a website I'm going to have to check out.
Absolutely,
So-
please do. NAE Grand Challenges, and it's fascinating. Yes.
Let me also ask you about this, Dr. Rao. I know a lot of our students who are transferring nationally, there's something known as transfer shock, where students are transferring from one institution to another. And there are some students who are in the midst of that transfer, and there's a little bit of hesitancy in relation to what they've just experienced and what they're moving into. What does U of H do in relation to helping students that first semester, that first year, kind of get more adjusted? And I know you've talked about the promises program, and how do they help in relation to rigor of coursework, campus life, and things like that?
Yes. Let me talk promise in specific, and then I'll step back and talk in general about how to do transfer students, how we track them, and help them succeed. The promise. Let me step back. Big picture. One of the proudest things that has happened in our Cullen College of Engineering in the last 2-3 years, and we trumpet this every chance we get, is that we all get measured quantitatively by parents, by students, and by the state of Texas, and which is our graduation rate. And in particular, the 6-year graduation rate. That's a standard metric by which we are measured. As I sit here today and talking this is March in 2021, the 6-year graduation rate in the Cullen College of Engineering is just over 71%. This is amongst the highest in the country in for public universities like ours. The national average is about 54, 55%. This is something we are extraordinarily proud of, and we have actually analyzed what has brought us to this happy state. Promise program is one of them. Our common first year experience is one of them. And leading up to this, we have identified a set of courses. These are typically second year courses, some first, but the second year key courses, which are our typical attrition point. I'll take mechanical engineer. In the second year, they will take mechanics one or statics, mechanics two or dynamics, and thermodynamics. These are three foundational classes. If a student does not a student for whatever reason doesn't as I said, stubs the toe in a big way and then exits engineering, it is because these three courses got it. There are similar key gateway courses in every program, and typically these are sophomore level classes. So, what Promise does is for each one of these courses, for every semester, we have extensive workshops that students sign up for. So, these are additional work and additional help beyond their classroom and beyond their classroom instructor and the classroom TA, and they work, and these are problem solving workshops. They go to a special room at a special time, and these are problem solving workshops, very successful. So we do this, and it helps very very significant way. The other thing we do is we have very good advising in our engineering Cullen College. And if a student, for whatever reason, is underperforming or is getting into academic probation and all that, we have very proactive advising. The student is asked to come in, see an advisor. In some of our departments, the advising is my department is one of them, is by faculty members. In mechanical engineering, we have no staff advisors. Advisors are professors, and we meet with students. And my experience over all these years is students have jumped over a very high academic qualification wall to be admitted to the current college. And so, if at all there is an issue with academic performance, in 75% of the cases, and I have been advisor for a long time, it's because the student has overcommitment, too many things going on in life, might want to throttle back instead of take, because oftentimes transfer students want to graduate tomorrow. Hey, let me take 20 classes this semester, 20, and then I'll graduate, in no time. And it is our job as experienced educators, and with experience, we advise them saying, hey, listen, it's really important to graduate with a very good GPA, even if you graduate a semester later. So let's rebalance your course load. We do this advising routinely if we see a student with a little bit of transfer shock, and this kind of intervention and advising is all it takes, really, to set the student back on course.
You're speaking our language. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. My question is centered on scholarships. What funding resources are available within the institution and your department specifically for engineering students? Would you say that there are a lot of resources to guide students through their undergraduate and perhaps even their graduate education? What opportunities are there from a scholarship resource standpoint?
Yes. So incoming students, freshman students, all we have a very extensive scholarship office, scholarship and financial aid office. So they are all handled centrally. So the students compete with all engineering applicants, compete with all the other applicants to the University of Houston in a big pool. We have our premier vehicle to giving out scholarship to incoming freshmen is what we call our academic excellence scholarships. These are typically from um, uh, $1,500 to $8,000 a year. And November 1st is the deadline, so students start getting scholarship letters very soon after the vault opens on November 1st. So that is our central scholarship mechanism. We of course have tier one scholarship for people who are national merit scholars and so on. But the academic excellence scholarship is our most commonly attraction vehicle. What about at the department and the college level? So here is how it works. Um, After the student has done typically midway through the sophomore year and have started taking classes in engineering, then they become eligible for college and department level scholarships. And these are on top of whatever they would have gotten at the entry door by the university. So we have our own internal scholarship mechanism that uh, attract that actually find students who are essentially proving themselves in a curriculum. So the advice to students is, hey, come on to engineering, start getting good grades, and before you know, without you doing anything, you'll get a scholarship letter from us.
Thank you so much.
I know we're running low on time, Dr. Rao. One question that I think students may have right now is, what about COVID? And I know we're in a different environment right now, but what is U of H doing to address the concerns that students may have in relation to COVID?
Yes. So, and I'll tell you what U of H has done and is doing, and what the plans are going forward. Again, we are recording this in the spring, March of 2021. The big thing is, our main campus and even a Katy campus is in Harris County. So we have to go by the guidelines of county, state, of course, in CDC guidelines. So when COVID came, we pretty much like everybody else overnight transitioned after spring break of 2020 into everything online, and we finished that semester. And then summer and fall, about small number of our classes uh, were have been offered and are being offered on campus. So this semester, I would say that about 22 to 23% of our classes are offered on campus. Why is this number not big? Because we have to follow social distancing. So a typical auditorium with a normal seating capacity of 200 has a COVID certified capacity of 35, because everybody has to be spread out in the class and all that. And so we are having those classes right now, but 75% of our classes are online. Most of them are synchronous online. That means that you have live session with the instructor at a certain fixed time, Tuesday, Thursday, 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon, or 2:30 to 4 in the afternoon, that kind of stuff. And then the same will happen this summer. The current guidance that has been given to us is that for fall of 2021 going forward, we have been asked to plan and prepare as if we will be past COVID and we will be under regular programming. That means that hopefully people have been vaccinated, and the guidance from local and state and national authorities is that you can go back to a pre-COVID normal classroom. That means the classrooms will be approved for the normal non-social distance capacity. So our fall schedule is actually on this very day. We are preparing our fall teaching schedule, and students will see this on Monday, the fall schedule, and they will see it on Monday, and they will start enrolling on April 12th, I believe. If for whatever reason we are still under COVID in fall, then the guidelines will tell us, and then we'll throttle back, and again we'll pull back, and a lot of classes which are scheduled right now for face to face will go back to online. But that is what we have done, and that is the plan and the visibility going forward.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. And my final question here is centered on UH and the College of Engineering. What's in the pipeline? What's in the gift box that folks are going to be unwrapping in the gift as far as what's coming in the future, in the near future for the College of Engineering? Any exciting programs or anything
Yes.
that's in your radar?
Uh, you know, we are. I'll mention two initiatives, and I'm involved directly with both of them. So, a year and a half ago, we opened a new branch campus in Katy, that's UFH at Katy, and we are very excited about that. And the Cullen College of Engineering has a big presence there. We want to be able to grow and establish, and there is both graduate and undergraduate activity going on. That is right in the energy corridor. So we want to offer really industry specific graduate certificate programs, master's programs there. And our three newest majors, which have been approved a year ago by the state coordinating board: construction engineering, systems engineering, and computer engineering and analytics. These are already in the books, and they are going to be based at our UFHKD campus. These are the three new programs by which our total number of degree offerings are going from 8 to 11. So we are very excited. We are in the early stages, but excited about that. The second thing, and this applies more to graduate programs, is we are uh, growing our online graduate, master's, and certificate offerings in a very significant way, because we know that students, after they get their BS degree, like my two kids are doing, they're working out, and then they're soon early career, mid career, and they want to have add to the skills, add to the knowledge, including the stuff you mentioned: data sciences and artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. These are all very relevant things. And so, both for credentials and for knowledge, they have a need. But they're also working and they have family. And so, how to manage everything. And so, we have very carefully put together plans to offer and grow our online programs. And that is the big initiative that is also underway. So we are, yes, we are very excited, and as we always tell ourselves, we are here to serve the community and produce the best students we can, and that makes us happy every day.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Rao. And we want to take a moment just to recognize and acknowledge you taking the time out of your busy schedule to share these amazing resources. And to our students and community members, as you can see, the University of Houston and the Cullen College of Engineering, they have rolled out the red carpet. They have the VIP access, and your information and your resources are going to be key and instrumental for our community. And we thank you, and we look forward to the continued partnership and engagement between our institutions, and looking forward to continue to feed that pipeline of our students and getting our students ready for success at the University of Houston. And we just want to thank you so much for taking the time out today to be a part of the Unplugged TRAC Center series.
Absolutely. Dr. Rao, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. As I said, some of our best students come to us from Lone Star, and I have data to prove it. So please keep up the good work, and we have a great partnership, and thank you again for all you do.
All right, and to the students who are watching, we appreciate you joining us, and check us out again for other interviews. Thanks so much.
Bye.